Copper did that made this home perfect for us was listen to us and ask good questions early on in the process. They wanted to know who we are and how we intended to use the house and made adjustments and suggestions.
At each point where we wanted customization, they were willing to work with us, and they didn't act like that was a task. So we really appreciated that they understood that this was a place that we were going to live and raise our family and have our friends.
Once we moved into the house, the relationship didn't stop there, and we had questions and we had things that we needed adjusted, and they were very easy to get in touch with and just as responsive as they were before we even bought the house. And so it made us feel like it was an ongoing relationship, and that reaffirmed why we worked with Copper in the first place.
It felt like we were working with another family.
We built our home with Copper Builders, and we knew Copper Builders because my husband is in the home building industry, and we knew that they would produce a really high quality home, and so that's how we chose Copper. The process was really smooth right from the start. It was easy communicating with both the builder as well as the project manager as things got rolling in the process. They've really kind of hit the nail on the head with the modern farmhouse design.
Looking at the home site together and providing them real construction advice, from our experience. Our next steps as we're talking about it is, we want to make sure that we're continuing this planning phase moving forward effectively for them as they have urgency to get started and to finish the home.
Copper Builders built our home. We just absolutely love it. There's nothing we would change about the floor plan or where we are, and it's just a great place to be. What I enjoyed most about working with Copper Builders is they were very collaborative. If we had to make a change, they really worked with us through the process. They gave us the pros and cons of what those changes would be, and they really listened to our needs and desires, and they were wonderful to work with. I just love this house. I walk in, it makes me extremely happy. The floor plan is just, it's me personified.
The location was perfect. There were just some minor things that were major deal breakers because of the expense.
Yeah, a lot of times people find that when they're looking for home sites, they might see one and it's a great price, but then when they start digging into the details, they're like, oh, well, we've got to add this, we've got to add a longer driveway, move a septic field. There's all this stuff and it adds up, and then all of a sudden this lot that seemed like it was going to be a great purchase, all of a sudden it's not, right?
Not.
Yeah.
We're going to go check out a home site that has an existing home on it, destined to be demoed for the new construction of our client's new home. We're going to meet with our clients there, Scott and Molly Stokas, moving to the Charlotte area from California. So the goal here today is basically to do a little bit of a home site evaluation with the clients while we're on site. Let's talk about what some of these lot costs are going to be, and in regards to the demolition, tree tearing down, the home site specific costs that are going to be incurred there. We're going to detail that for them, try to give them a little bit better idea of what to anticipate.
the staircase is a funny story because they reached out to us. They met with David and Stefan, and they're considering multiple builders. And then one day, Scott was watching some of our content. You know, we're always putting out content, trying to help educate clients. He was watching some of it online, and his wife came down and said, "Scott, why are you watching videos of Wade?" So what a funny thing. But that's how they made the connection. Scott had forgotten that we'd met previously. I know his wife Molly better, and so it's funny how the world works. And Charlotte's a smaller place than you could ever imagine.
Especially in Charlotte right now, you got to get creative on what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. I think a lot of it really comes down to relationships for me.
We believe that in order to have great relationships with our clients, we have to support our people. And so my mission is for each of our employees to feel like they're working at the best place on earth. So I focus a lot of my time on making sure that our folks are taken care of and they're passionate about what they do so that they'll go out and make our clients happy.
I have a personal relationship with many of our clients that we build for just because that's important to us. We're not making widgets. We're making homes that people are going to live in, they're going to raise their families. I think that that's extremely important for us. I mean, it's not just about work, it's about the people that we're working with.
I think about the process in which Tim and I went through in selecting some of our light fixtures and the things that really mattered to us. And I loved having the ability and kind of the autonomy to have those decisions. And some of the things that were really important to me were, for example, having an outdoor fireplace and a retractable door to open up our entire, entertainment area so that we could entertain larger gatherings. And when I really think about what that's done for the memories we've made in this home and the amount of people that we've had, through our doors, it's really made a big difference.
I have a design business called Urban Peach Design. It's really easy as a designer to come in when the home is so well done. The finishes are top notch and it's been really fun.
I think they were just so easy to work with, and their communication was amazing. You would email them and by the end of the day they responded. Every time I walked in the door, I just got goosebumps. I'm like,
The third place that we really recommend folks look at to put some money is in your garage and your storage spaces. Adding extra garage space is really cost effective in the grand scheme of a build. It makes sure you have room for lawn equipment, kids stuff. If you want to do a home gym, the garage is a great place to do it. We want to make sure you have room for your cars, room to actually open the doors and walk around the vehicles, and we can help you design those spaces cost effectively, but also when you're living, you really appreciate that time you spend.
We have seen a massive shortage of materials across the board, from appliances to mechanicals to hardwood to now lumber. And that has caused people to start looking at other alternatives. We personally are going to be, our next townhome project is going to be built out of steel. It hasn't been traditionally used in residential application until really about 18 months ago, 24 months ago, it got introduced into Charlotte. So we've engaged a steel company, and we're going to be building our first townhome community out of steel. We can find things that will make our products better and our homes better for our clients in the long run. Looking for a lot to build your house and having a hard time? I bet. It can be a challenging process, no doubt. And to be honest, a lot of times the lots or the land that we are able to purchase, it never makes it to the Realtor.com or the Zillows of the world, because it's brought to us by someone that we have been doing business with for 15 or 20 years. And for example, we bought an entire street in Davidson, North Carolina that never went on the market. It was individually owned, and we were able to procure the lots via a relationship and a business relationship. And that is really the guts of how local builders are able to find lots. What is a modern farmhouse? A modern farmhouse is designed basically around an old farmhouse that you'd see out in the country. Purposeful materials are used, a lot of wood, a lot of lap siding to build a home for your family. It was a working home. They were raising cattle, they were raising other livestock. So the biggest part of a farmhouse is the kitchen. It's where they gathered, it's where they prepared their food for their friends and their family. Openness to the dining space and to the living space.